Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of BSPL podcast. I'm here with Puff,
Hello, everybody. I'm Puff.
Lego, Lego's somewhere,
Hello.
and we got the new guy, One Trick Phony.
Hey, what's up, guys? Glad to be here.
Is it phony or pony?
Yeah, so backstory behind it was One Trick Pony. I actually lost the login information to that main account, so then I made Phony as an alt, and I just kept it since it's the only account I have now.
All right, fair enough. That was good. I'm glad we got that out of the way, because I've always wondered, because you've got different spelling on a few of your accounts.
Yeah.
Jake, please marry me. Thank you for following. Thank you for making that alt on Twitch just to follow me. Anyway, all right, let's get into this. We have to sort of fly through all of it because, like I said before we started the recording, we started a bit late today, but we have to finish on time. So, where do we start? It was semi-finals this week. It was my team, the Cavs, versus the Luxrays, and I mean, you're gonna see when I go to the proper screen for it. We got smashed, 4-1. It was a pretty comprehensive victory for the Luxrays. But I don't think, like, it looks really one-sided, but, you know, I think we put up a pretty decent fight.
I thought it was 4-2.
You thought it was 4-2? Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right. Before we get too far, like, the result was decided before the 6th game was played. So HZ players did not happen. So we're claiming it as a 2-4 loss, which sounds a lot better.
Because 4-1 sounds weird.
Exactly
Well,
right.
not 4.5, 1.5.
Yeah. No. So how about we just watch the games in the order they happened. First in the week was chemcoop Grail. I think everyone was really excited for this game. It's the second time they played in the season. This time they could actually prep for each other because the first time they played, both of them were really busy that week and they just made like a gentleman's agreement to play on no prep. And chemcoop came out on top that time. But we'll see if that happens this time. What are you guys thinking of their teams?
I like chemcoop's team a lot. I like the Mammal Swine. I always see Coco and Mammal Swine together. No, wait, no, sorry, the other way. What is it, Coco? I meant Gyarados and Mammal Swine. Because usually the electric moves try to go to Gyarados, but Mammal Swine is like an easy switch in to those electric moves. And you also have Heatran, which is really good against the Ferrothorns and just in general steel types, like Celesteela and whatnot. The Castelia, I have no idea why it's there. I'm guessing it's for something. Maybe it's like chemcoop gets easily destroyed by Salamence, but aside from that, I'm not sure.
I think it's just
there. Money, honestly.
What was that?
I just Lopunny.
It should be Lopunny instead of Gyarados. You're right. I think it's just a standard like Crestran offensive Pokemon and Gyarados sort of team with, you know, AG, Coco, Mamo, balanced stuff. Pretty standard. Plus, like, if the team didn't have Krez, it wouldn't really have any physical check at all. Like, Blaziken would just steamroll the team. Lopunny would become a problem. Kangaskhan, etc., etc. So,
yeah, that's right, Blaziken. I forgot about Blaziken. How can I forget about Blaziken? I kept thinking about Salamence.
Blaziken's not that good anymore. Has Blaziken been used in a Gen 7 team this tournament? I seriously don't think it has.
Really used it against me.
Oh, really? In singles, okay. Yeah. Oh, did he use like Blaziken, Ferrothorn, Zapdos that game? I think he might have.
Yeah, it was one of those things. Well, I know Plas versus Arctic used Blaziken, and then versus me, it was something like that. Yeah, I think they were both the tri-core of what you just mentioned.
Right. Grail, on the other hand, it's got like the really popular at the moment Mence, Tran, Ferrothorn core. I think the Azumarill is really interesting here because often it's like a Finny or something, but to go the offensive route with Azumarill, I think, is a really good call, especially for the stuff that chemcoop usually brings. Like, you look at this matchup, Azumarill looks sick compared to Finny, I think.
Yeah.
And then it's like got typical Grail, Mimikyu, Gengar at the back. So
Yeah.
I think I would prefer Finny if I was Grail over Azumarill, because like it was like Mega Gyarados, and if it's it could like wall the Castelia. It can force the Aegislash to always be in not in shield form but in sword mode.
that's true.
Against Coco, I guess you can just always switch into your Ferrothorn or Heatran if it's split off Heatran.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, in this matchup, I agree. Finny seems like the better choice, but Azumarill in general, I just love how like versatile it is. It's either AV where it's like tanking tons of hits, or it's like the belly drum set where it's just gonna sweep unprepared teams. It might not go in as much on this team, but it really is generally a really good look.
Yeah. All right. How about we just click play on this? Chemcoop gets a turn 1 play right, or the turn 0 play right. Fortunately, no burn there, but he reveals the tech.
The Bloom Doom.
Oh, but he just lets Aegislash fall asleep.
Typical Grail with his hypnosis.
I'm surprised Chemcoop went Aegislash on this instead of just keeping Heatran in. I guess he needed it for the Ferrothorn though.
Yeah.
Oh, Aegislash wins that 1v1, I guess. And Grail forfeits because he realizes he just has a Ferrothorn left and it loses to Heatran. So, super straightforward. The Bloom Doom just opened the door for Heatran to win in the end. So,
yeah.
Yeah, two key things I really picked up from that game was, of course, the Bloom Doom, and then the Shadow Sneak shows that Aegislash is physical. So that's, in terms of the information, I think Grail has a lot more information than Chemcoop at this point. But of course, Chemcoop has the game lead, so that is something.
Does it reveal? I'm not super familiar.
Because the roll is like 60% otherwise with no physical.
Well, if there's a chance to kill, it hasn't confirmed it, if we're nitpicking. I think Grail uses offensive spreads. Sure, like this.
Yeah, so no, it's not offensive. It's definitely the bulky. It's the bulky set, but like even so, even with this offensive, it doesn't go to 70% that it shows. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Let's put 252 in. Yeah, so it has to be adamant as well, which they all are if they're physical. All right, cool. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, you're right. So Grail's got a lot of information to work with now. So we'll see the adjustments he makes here. But knowing that the Heatran is Bloom Doom and not like, leftovers or berry or subtoxic or anything, he can throw things around a bit more freely into it instead of just letting Azumarill sit there and cop a Bloom Doom. Especially if like you just throw something out there to take the Bloom Doom, then Azumarill completely walls the Heatran because it has to charge up that Solar Beam, which it's never going to do in front of a Azumarill anyway.
I agree.
So Grail just decides to throw out the Azumarill turn 1 again.
Aegislash. Azumarill dies.
So he just has King Shields there and takes the... no, it changed from Liquidation to Aqua Jet.
Oh, yeah. I'm bad.
So Chemcoop has been known to use Fightinium Z Aegislash in tournaments. And that would have been amazing here, but it's obviously not that because he would have used it by now. But you can see he opts to go for +6 attack, and the Ferrothorn curses. And Chemcoop was saying after the game like he regretted doing that because he could have maybe gotten the kill if he stayed at +4 and went for the Z move instead of... Because I think +4 against neutral defenses does more than +6 against +1 defense. That makes sense. So he regretted after the game getting greedy, but I don't think it was an awful play.
That wasn't that bad. We'll play.
But this Gyarados still has a chance. If it's Ice Fang, we all know how that plays out.
Ugh.
So just to confirm, that switch to Gengar was in case if a taunt came out, right? To scout for taunt?
Yeah, I think so.
Curse.
Otherwise, there's like no reason.
Wins. Unless it gets flinches or it gets the freeze.
Oh, that crit.
And that was pretty much simple. That was very fair. And we see Gyro. Wait, no, it didn't show Gyro. Did it? Oh yeah, wait.
It did
Yeah,
show
it showed
Gyro.
Yeah, it revealed the whole set. Gyro, Leech, Curse, Bullet Seed.
Yeah, with the 50% berry.
So we move on to game 3. Oh, wrong one. Actually, I'll just close the showdown. Come on. All right, so if you're chemcoop, I'm trying to remember what chemcoop said his thought process was here. I was hoping he could join us today so he could actually talk us through it, but the problem for him right now is the Ferrothorn, but I think he's hesitant to bring Heatran because he's revealed it's set and it's not, the typical annoying Heatran set. It's a little bit more easy to deal with for Grail now. But if he doesn't bring the Heatran, the Ferrothorn kind of just wins. There's nothing on Chemcoop's team that can really beat it. So I think he's been put in a really tight spot here where it's like, do I bring this and hope he brings Ferrothorn, or does Grail sort of anticipate this and...
And Aegislash doesn't have a fighting move as well, so...
Yeah, exactly. So what was it? It was SD, King Shield, Sneak, Corkscrew Crash.
Yeah, so it must have been like a steel, like Iron Head.
Chem still hasn't revealed his coverage on Tran. Well, he revealed Lava Plume and Solar Beam. He could be Hidden Power Ice. Yeah, but Grail likes EQ Ments, so without Air Balloon or Shucker Berry or something, that Heatran's not really going to... It's going to have to get the Ment on a switch, but I don't think you'd just haphazardly switch a Ment into a Hidden Power Ice. Especially when it hasn't revealed it yet.
And in terms of Chemcoop making his team, I'm just confused why he doesn't have either 2 fire moves or 2 fighting moves. It feels like he definitely lacks coverage, and that's really coming to play out here.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like, I've got a Heatran, so I don't have to be afraid of Ferrothorns. And then you fight the Ferrothorn, and it's like, fuck, I kind of have to bring it.
Yeah.
Oh, Grail's that annoying Heatran set.
Yep.
Freaking sub-toxic.
He does bring Ferro, so double steal. So this Heatran can't just throw out a fire move because the other Heatran just switches into it. Ments does come out.
Right.
But Chemcoop predicts the Heatran goes for Earth Power. He had to make one of those calls.
What was the Heatran set? Was it like, what was the fire move on the Heatran? Magma Storm?
On Grails
Lava
or
Plume.
Chems? It was Plume, yeah.
Chem is Lava Plume.
I thought it was like Magma Storm to trap like a Finny and then the grass it.
That's what I've used, yeah. Yeah, this Ments just clicks Roost all day while the poison happens, but then freeze happens.
Yeah. so,
I'm Slurming. I can't see this.
Yeah, Salome just jumps in the battle and hacks happens, yeah.
The thing is, if that didn't happen, I think the game would have been won because the Salamence has Earthquake and it can deal damage to Aegislash and Heatran.
Oh, Ments Thors to save the day.
Yeah, that was unreal.
But yeah, this Aegislash is not going to reverse sweep here with a Ferrothorn in the back.
No.
Or a healthy
Unfortunately.
Heatran.
Ooh, Flamethrower.
So yeah, Grail just just overwhelms chemcoop. I think Grail played it super well. I don't want to like make excuses for chemcoop, especially because he's on my team and I always do that. But like we were talking about, Grail's team just like matched up really well against this. Like chemcoop just didn't have an answer for the dual steel Mence core that Grail brought. He really had to bring like 4 Pokemon that game.
So a question I have for you, you may or may not be able to answer this, but do you have any idea what the Coco set was?
Do I have any idea?
Because looking at Grail's team, he has no ground types at all. He didn't get free Volt switches and really gain the momentum. He didn't have a single pivot this entire game, which definitely played at chemcoop's disadvantage.
I agree. I'm just going to check it. I'm not going to do it on the stream window. I have to go new incognito. I don't want to leak chemcoop's whole team.
That's fair.
And then we steal it.
It was Calm Mind Roost, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice with Shuckerberry.
Okay, so it wasn't even a pivot, huh?
Nah.
Okay.
That's one interesting Coco set.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't really do too much. Like, it just gives all momentum to Ferrothorn. Something has to switch into a Leech Seed. Like, the only thing that can switch in is Heatran. Grail's got Immense and his own Heatran. You saw chemcoop had to make the 50-50 with, or do I Earth Power here? Or, well, he didn't even have Hidden Power Ice. It was Rock Tomb in the end. And if it was Hidden Power Ice, well, it probably would have won that game. Hey. Well, anyway, that was the first game of the week. So, pretty tough start because we did try to get chemcoop versus Grail when we submitted the lineup. Like, that's what we wanted, but obviously, like, if we got it wrong, well, then HZ would have played Grail and chemcoop would have played Plaz, and maybe we go 1 each in those games. Obviously, the HZ Plaz game didn't even happen, so the result of the other games already decided the series anyway. What happened after that? I think Lone Ranger versus Edu happened first, or maybe it was Marilli Florist.
Lone Ranger versus Edu was the next game.
All right, we'll load that up. We won't commentate it too much. We'll just click play because
we're not expert.
No, we're not at all. Plus, we're running a little bit low on time. I just noticed. But the Lone Ranger did say like he wanted to bring a Blaziken team against Edu. But then Edu comes out with like a pretty well, yeah, exactly. Like Blaziken's really interesting against Chalk, which is what Edu's got. But then he just has like the perfect Blaziken check in Azumarill. That just spams Roost.
Yeah, knocking out the safety gobbles is huge.
That's right, yeah.
Free hit, and Zapdos usually doesn't run Protect, so it's really easy to hit there.
Yeah, just free spores now. Blaziken goes down. Amoonguss doesn't run Protect too much either, from what I know.
Yeah.
Just Rage Powder.
Yeah.
Rage Powder Spore and
2 attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point it's over. Nothing can break Heatran.
Oh, no, exactly. Zapdos finally wakes up, gets a little Thunderbolt off.
But another Spore incoming.
Sheesh. Oh, Marilli says it does use Protect. You can use Protect on Amoonguss.
Does it use Protect a lot in VGC 19, Marilli? I feel like all the teams I've had given to me for laddering have had no Protect Amoonguss. That might be because it just needs more move slots in that format because of all the big scary legendary Pokemon.
Scary.
The Lone Ranger, I think at this point is just playing for information, or maybe like a choke or a crit, but he roosts into an Earth Power. Aegislash is not bringing this back. Doesn't get a kill there. Probably should have killed the Heatran that turn because the Amoonguss can't touch it behind a sub. And it forces Landorus to come out. Maybe you can crit it with a Shadow Ball or something. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, good job using Protect there, because it's not saying much about the Zoom roll.
Exactly.
Zoom roll doesn't want to be giving away its moves.
Right. So I think Aegislash was just going for like scouting on bulk there, because otherwise you just kill the Heatran.
Yeah.
All right, we move on to where was it there? Game 2. Just straight up play it. Let's go.
It just tossed all the double games on hyperspeed. The opposite of the actual game.
Yeah, that's true. I'll put it on fast. Oh, it's too fast. So we see Trick Room Swagger with Lumberry Azumarill, and this Azumarill just goes to town now.
This is such a cool set. I love this.
Yeah, I really like that too. Because you can still use Swagger on the opponent to just mess them up, or give you an Azumarill a boost in Trick Room to just outright sweep everybody. Because like plus 2 Azumarill, Belly Drum is good, but it's overkill. You've got huge power already, plus 2 on top of that. It either OHKOs or 2-hit KOs everything now anyway. And it keeps its health.
Yeah,
there's no Z Belly, so it's the safest thing in 6.
Mm-hmm. And the flexibility of Lumberry over Citrus is that, well, if you're not going to go for the Swagger strategy, you have like a Wisp 1-turn protection.
Or just like a Mongoose for protection.
Right. But yeah, this is over.
Yeah, super over.
No one's believing the Melodic, huh?
No. I don't think it can pull that comeback off. It is bulky, but not bulky enough for a Kangaskhan and a plus 2 Azumarill. So at this point, we're down 0-2. Pretty tough. There's another doubles game after that, so we'll chuck that one on. Florist and Marilia are both friends, so I know Florist is really excited to play this matchup. I wouldn't say this is like a Marilia counter team, but like I was really happy with Florist's prep. This whole tournament even. I should have maybe played him a bit more. Like CK went 0-4, which is just unfortunate for him. He didn't play badly, but in hindsight, it's like, well, Florist could have probably played more games. Marilia, he's gone with, pretty much just typical Gen 7 doubles team, really. Whereas
has anyone ever seen Virizion being played before?
No, I forgot it was a Pokemon.
Yeah, right. Other sword guy that no one uses.
Right. I'm trying to think of... Florist did explain what it was for. I think it was like a weather check, mostly rain, while also having like the fighting coverage for things like Incineroar and Kangaskhan and Snorlax. Yeah, Marilia's saying I was unironically afraid of the Virizion. I think Florist put that on the team because he's like, I from experience, Marilia teams are usually weak to fighting types, and I want to have a rain check. So I think that's why he added it. I'm just going to press play.
Not a bad choice. And like in doubles, I remember his last tournament, he was using his eject button Polytoad rain. So maybe he was just thinking he's still in raid mode.
Right. But Lax in Trick Room with Ally Switch and Belly Drum. Just goes for an Earth Power in the Snorlax slot, which became Cresselia.
Oh no.
Helping Hand Earthquake at +6. I think that might win.
That's overkill.
Flux just forfeits on turn 3. Holy shit. So, as they say, that's a proper mission right there.
Yeah, the only hope is like if he had Virizion left, but he also has to guess with the ally switch and hope he doesn't just hit Cresselia.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's Trick Room. Never mind. It is absolutely over.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Trick Room. I don't think Virizion is even taking an Earthquake. That's probably an interesting calc. I brought up the wrong tab.
I'm sure I'll take an Earthquake, but probably not a return.
Oh, definitely not return.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see. I don't know what the spread was. I could look through our Discord
Probably
to find
attacking. You have to imagine.
it. Yeah. +6. Do we have EQ on this? Yeah. So +6 helping hand.
Oh, with helping hand.
Yeah. +6 max attack, Snorlax, helping hand, earthquake versus Virizion. 98% minimum. 87% chance to Oko. Holy
This is
hell.
why Snorlax was banned from Double Zoya.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
I don't follow that at all. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that's doubles Marili. I've got the doubles nerf on. If I bring it up to singles, well, it obviously kills.
And singles would have destroyed two Parisians.
Yeah, Marili just goes lol. That's a strong lax. All right, let's move on to game 2. So, does Florist have any hope in salvaging this? Like, he has brought the Virizion as a lax check, but Marili revealed ally switch, so it becomes a 50-50 on whether you can deal with this Pokemon. Which is why ally switch is such a dumb move in Gen 7, with its distribution on everything. Virizion does come out. Lando just goes for kills the Gengar. Now Trick Room's up, so I think Flores had to stop the Trick Room from happening. I think he should have just probably doubled into the Cresselia in that turn 1.
The heat wave.
Double miss.
Yeah.
Double the mish.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, at this point it's also GG. Ice Beam. Yep.
Trying to get a triple protect off.
So this was a blowout, to say the least.
Yeah. There's really not much to say about that. That's just I wouldn't say it's a matchup win, but it's like Flores team just didn't have any answers for that and really just executed it flawlessly.
Well, what was the Sludge Bomb in the Landorus for particularly? I was a little confused by that.
I'm not sure. Was it turn 1? Yeah. You'd have to be predicting a switch, I guess. But like to what? Maybe Snorlax? Yeah. Like is that a super hard read into a switch Snorlax ally switch?
Maybe.
Like I think that's the only thing it could be. Predicting Lando to switch into Snorlax. Oh wait, but then that would become Cresselia, so wouldn't you just Shadow Ball that slot? I guess that's a mid-ground, so you hit both. The same play as game 1, so it's what I did game 1 and it screwed him big time. So that probably was what I was thinking.
Shadow Ball, U-turn, hope to kill.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because like I think without Trick Room, Florist team has a standing chance, but as soon as Trick Room goes up, Florist team's pretty fast. Trick Room just automatically wins, I think. Because you just keep Lando, Lax, and Incineroar, and all of them hit really hard. So, well, we're down 0-3 now. So it's all up to GE to fight for the tie. He was not nervous, but he was stressing out, like trying to build a team. He just really wasn't sure what to expect from Moose. Moose hadn't played a whole lot of Gen 6. He's more of a Gen 7 singles guy, but I mean, he's got like Grail, Marili, Megazard as well to just help out with teams and scrimmaging. So, and Moose is a solid player as well. So, and G was like, I'm just going to bring Clefable. And we were like, you've brought Clefable every week. Maybe they expect it this time and bring like a Metagross or something. And he's like, oh, well, it's fine. He put Creztran together as a bulky core and he just slapped together this team, which is like credit to him. He's such a good team builder and just has ideas off the top. Like if you ask G for a team, he'll just rattle off 6 Pokemon with full sets that he's just made up on the spot, and it's usually pretty cohesive. And he's probably one of the only guys I know from our community that can really do that.
He has his years of experience.
Yeah.
Sure.
Girth Empire.
I didn't understand the nickname.
Oh man, he always has weird nicknames. I mean, wasn't against Jamal, he was Max Heber,
yeah,
something like that. Yeah. Which is a reference to a player from a few years ago. It was one of our better BSS players. Moose and Goose team's really interesting. Like, I haven't seen a team like that in Gen 6, to be honest. It has meta Aegislash, which is a known thing, but then it's just kind of like random Mamo, Blaziken, Rotom. It looks odd, but like it looks good.
Yeah, I like it.
G's team's just fat as fuck. Like 5 fat Pokemon and then immense. So we'll just go ahead and press play.
Clefable definitely does stick out as like Aegislash is the only semi-check to this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like obviously that we just started, we don't know what the Clef is, but normally in these Gen 6 teams, they're like a minimized set or a calm mind set, or both of those moves together. Yeah, exactly. So they don't really run a lot of supportive sets. And G's got the tech to be able to deal with this Aegislash, whether it's Heatran, maybe Suicune comes in and calm minds up, maybe Tyranitar comes in and is able to threaten it with dark moves or whatever. Mence and Craze are kind of bad against it, but just reveals superpower turn 1, predicts the rocks so you don't die to Earthquake, gets Craze in on the Earthquake. Hydra comes in and just die. Oh, it doesn't die. It takes an Ice Beam though.
That would be crazy if it died.
The Hydreigon goes for a pretty hard read with the Focus Blast. I think it was probably predicting the Tyranitar to just come in.
Yeah.
They don't run Focus Blast very often. So the Tyranitar is pretty safe.
I think it must have been a Specs or something, because that's too crazy of a read unless if you're like forced into a move.
Yeah. I don't know.
The moment I saw Castelia in the back, I thought it was kind of over because Tyranitar can pretty much win.
Mm-hmm. Because now the Hydreigon has to reveal what it locks itself into. You just go Krez. Yeah, it's Focus Blast, so Krez gets to hit another thing. It's going to be the other Krez. They've toxicked each other already, so it's a free Ice Beam.
Yeah, that means this is over for sure.
Yeah.
Double Moonlight.
Yeah, they both. Yeah, exactly. They both go for the 25% healing. The G gets his sand back up, so it kills the Hydreigon.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over. So
overwhelmed by the girth.
That's right. Overwhelmed by the girth. Where am I looking? Here's game 2. We'll just play. I noticed we have almost no time left in this podcast, so I'm just gonna speed through it all.
Oh, whoops.
Craze misses Toxic turn 1, which is like pretty big because now the Aegislash just comes in for free and the Mamoswine Sash is not broken. Suicune comes out in an SD. It doesn't really fear that. Yeah, it can Scald for free, potentially get a burn, but it doesn't. Shadow Claw, yeah, it's going to be a 2-hit KO. So do you fish for another Scald? Yep. I'm not sure. I guess the Aegislash doesn't have King Shield.
That's probably the all-out attacking.
But he's just allowed Clefable to get a minimize up. These Clefable are always unaware in this generation. So the SD there
doesn't help, yeah.
Doesn't really make sense. It just gives him an extra minimize.
And if you can't hit the Clefable, unless Mamoswine has like random fissure and it actually connects, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, Clef's forced to rest again. It's at +6 evasion, so it just has to... it gets crit there. Here, I remember this turn being pivotal. why did the Aegis Swords dance here? The Clefable is in crit range. You just need to land one, and Shadow Claw is a high crit move.
Right.
Because if you let the Clefable rest, you have to get 2 more crits. Here, you only have to get 1 crit. The SDing there made no sense. I don't want to be too critical on Moose and Goose, but it's just, I don't know if that was just a brain fart, but it was just a really bad turn.
Maybe he forgot I was unaware. I'm guessing maybe he thought it was like magic.
Yeah, I think so as well, yeah.
If it wasn't
Now he starts
unaware,
going for
he'd
Sacred
be
Swords.
Credit right now.
Yeah. Yeah, this Clefable just wins. We said before, Aegis is the only way of checking this. Well, it's not doing a great job right now.
Because it keeps missing. It keeps going to the left.
There's no Z Ironhead in this generation.
Nope. No chemcoop.
That's right.
Now you gotta fissure. No, not even fissure. Of course, Icicle Spear randomly connects.
Yeah. But you're right. The Clefable can't afford to rest here because if it was a random fissure, that's 2 chances for it to land. But Hydreigon last, it's not going to crit a Dark Pulse and kill it, so he's forced to retire there.
Belch.
Yeah. So we finally win a game. The dream's not dead yet. I have to play Megazard now. Now, I have to say, I was mega stressed out for this matchup, if I'm totally honest with all you guys. I've had Megazard on my team for 2 BSPLs, and he's always played GBU for me. So I'm very familiar with him. I hold him in really high regard. I just think he's a really solid player, especially in that format. He really likes it, so he puts a lot of effort into it. So, and I know that he also knows what I like. So I'm like, shit, he's gonna know how to prep really well for me. So I reached out to Jamal and we built a team together because I wanted to use something that was really not my style. To hopefully maybe catch him off guard. Hey?
Why Jamal? Out of all players. Not saying Jamal, I'm just saying Jamal. Why him?
Well, I reached out to Novad as well, but it was pretty busy. There were no real GBU builders in my team apart from me. I don't know. I've just known Jamal for a long time.
Yeah.
I know he can. He's kind of like GE. Like when the Farseers got knocked out, GE wanted Jamal on the team to just hang out with. So Jamal helped GE with his Oras team. And then because he was there, I was like, oh, could you also help me with GBU?
Yeah, not bad though. That's what I'm saying. I was just wondering why, of all people. But now I know why.
Anyway, yeah, so you can see I roll up with, well, I'll just open it up. It's a better view here.
Chancy offense.
Yeah, I realized that it's like super Jamal looking because he used like a Chansey offense team in Gen 6 and Gen 7. But Chansey, I think, is something that wasn't really used enough in GBU and BSPL. It's just people are scratching their heads for Latios and Kingdra checks. And we were like, we'll just use Chansey. Unfortunately for me, he rolls up with Gengar, Blaziken, Ferrothorn. I'm like, well, Chansey's not awesome here. So, like, I can bring it, but I didn't really know how to use it. Yeah, honestly, the people that watched this game live, they would have noticed Team Preview took like 5 minutes each game, and it was me. I was sitting there going, what the hell do I bring against this team? Yeah.
I mean, it was a very important game, so there's nothing wrong with it.
It was win or go home, so... I think what I was thinking was I need to break the Gengar's sash, but I also just want to lead well in general, so I'm going to lead Landorus and get a U-turn off, and then I can just kill Gengar with pretty much anything at that point, because Sash Gengar is the threat, but regular Gengar I didn't think was a threat. But I was also terrified of Latios, I was terrified of Rotom just volt switching around all day, I was terrified of Blaziken. Basically, I was scared of his whole team.
Blaziken, that looks super scary.
Yeah, like I really don't have anything. Yeah, exactly. The Life Orb set, like, I could check it with Landorus until it's Life Orb, Hidden Power Ice. So it's like, well, I pretty much have to bring either Rotom at full health and get a Hydro Pump off, or Latios and keep that healthy. So let's go ahead and press play, I guess. So I do get the lead right. You go.
How does Chansey do against -1 Blaziken? Does it survive?
It does, and I don't want to spoil too much, but that comes into play later in this game.
Oh, perfect.
So I do get the U-turn off. I reveal that I'm Scarf. I go Chansey because Gengar can't touch me. I figure he's going to double, so I double as well. But I go Scizor because I figured I need a scout for the Ferrothorn here, and my only Ferrothorn check on the team is Scizor. So I'm running SD Superpower, so I'm like, well, this is an easy one. I just SD and then I Superpower and then I win. But he reveals Hidden Power Fire, and it does well over half. I go for the Superpower, and it's Choppleberry. So this Ferrothorn is actually a Scizor check. And at that point, I'm like, well, it's over. I don't know how to win this. He misses the Leech Seed, which is pretty big, because he would have gotten like 50% health back that turn.
Yeah, Chansey's so fat.
Right. Blaziken's just going to go for High Jump Kick, so I go Landorus, but he goes for Flare Blitz, so I'm like, oh, okay, it's kind of annoying, because if I had kept the Chansey in, he would have taken way more recoil because of the massive HP stat. But I've got him intimidated. When I saw the Life Orb, I'm like, alright, it's definitely Hidden Power Ice, so I'm not keeping Landorus here. I just go back to Chansey on the HP Ice. Oh, I stay into attack first, because I'm faster than +1 Blaziken. He protects, I get Chansey on HP Ice. I don't think I live High Jump Kick from this range, but we're not going to see because, he misses.
Oh my god.
I went for a Wish there so that I could bring Lando back in, and it would make it into a 50-50. Like, does he Hidden Power Ice predicting the Lando to come in on the Wish, or do I stay in with Chansey and kill him as he Hidden Power Ices? Fortunately for me, he does miss, so I get a huge amount of chip. He protects. I soft-boiled because I decided to stay in on the Hidden Power Ice, but he scouts it. He then goes to the Hidden Power Ice, predicting Lando. I soft-boiled, and now he has to High Jump Kick, and it won't kill because of the Intimidate, and he kills himself to Life Orb. So I literally won to a High Jump Kick miss, but, I think I positioned myself well enough. Chansey's super fat, so it lives Focus Blast, and Gengar can't touch me, so it's game over. So Megazard forfeits.
So fat.
He's pretty upset at the hacks, and understandably so. If he had to just hit his Leech Seeds or his High Jump Kicks, he would have won. So fair enough. Moving on to game 2. I'm like, well, he knows I'm Scarf Lando. He knows Blaziken goes to town. He knows his Verathorn beats Scizor. I'm kind of like, what?
You also know the Ferrothorn set is HP Fire.
Right. But knowing that it's Chopple, I'm like, for Scizor to beat it without dying to Hidden Power Fire, I need to burn the Choppleberry. So, spoiler alert, I'm running Hidden Power Fighting Latios. So I think to myself, well, if I can get Latios in, it's also a Blaziken check and can burn the Choppleberry for Scizor. So I think that's a decent bring. But because it's Hidden Power Fighting, it's slower, or doesn't speed tie with Gengar. It also... I know Megazard really likes Hidden Power Fire Latios, so we're probably going to have a speed tie, but in the off chance it's not, like, my Latios is not a check to it. I'm like, I could bring Breloom, but I just really don't like Breloom in this matchup. So I can't remember what I did here. I think I led Rotom. Let's just go into it. Yeah, I do. I lead Rotom into, Ferrothorn. I try and land Wisp, but I miss, of course. That just gives him a free Latios switch into Wisp. I miss that again, but that's good because he misses Drake. So I know that Specs Draco will kill, so I'm mostly just sacking my Rotom here, but I go for the Thunder Wave just in case I miss or I dodge and he does. I go for Wisp there because I have no attacks that can hurt this Latios. I don't really want to go for a Hidden Power, Hydro Pump. Doesn't really achieve anything. Volt switch means I'm going to volt switch into something that dies to Draco. So I'd rather sack Rotom, and on the off chance he switches, I want to catch that with Will-O-Wisp. That's why I did it there. He does Draco and kill me though. So I sent out my own Latios. Stop! When it was Latios versus Latios, I'm Calm Mind. So I know that I can Calm Mind and live a -2 Draco. And if I do that, then I can just kill that and move on from there. But if he switches, I get a free Calm Mind. So I don't want to Draco into the obvious Ferrothorn.
Yeah, so you went for...
Yeah, I went for the Calm Mind. Now I can Hidden Power and burn his Choppleberry. But he goes for a Gyro, and it's going to 2-hit KO from that range, which annoys me because if I had landed that Wisp, it was going to do like 28%. 28, 29. So I could have gotten a lot more damage onto this Ferrothorn if I had landed that Wisp. So whatever. I get another Hidden Power off for some big damage, but I would have killed the Ferrothorn if I had burned him. Because now Landorus has to come in and kill Ferrothorn. If I had killed it with my Latios, I think my Latios might have won depending on what Megazard's last was. Because he's got a paralyzed Latios in the back. Ferrothorn dies. What's his last? You know, that never got revealed. You'll see in a sec. But if it's Rotom, I probably win. If it's Castelia, it's pretty tough. If it's Blaziken, I don't think I win. So I think it's still in Megazard's favor, but you know, we'll never know, I guess. I have to go for U-turn because obviously I have to hit that Latios in the back. Yeah. But I never get it. So bad luck. Alright, we go on to game 3. I think I approached this with the same mindset this game. I think I did. I can't remember. Let's just press play and we'll see. What did I do? I did lead Rotom again, yeah, into Gengar, so I can just Volt Switch on this, break its Sash, bring in something that can threaten it. Which is Scizor. So at this point, I can just kill it with Bullet Punch. The Blaziken coming in, though, is like... I wanted to make the call. Is this going to be Blaziken here? Or is it going to sack Gengar? I was just super unsure. You would have superpowered? Yeah.
I would superpower here.
Yeah. Well... Spoiler alert, I didn't. He does go Blaziken. I Steel Gem Bullet Punch for 37.
Still good amount.
Yeah. I know that he has to Flare Blitz, so I get some chip here on the Blaziken, which is important. I just let myself die, let him take another turn of Life Orb, because he's whittling himself down, and I'm just trying to get him into Bullet Punch range. So I go Latios here. I figured that he is either going to... He's either going to Hidden Power Ice or switch. And if he switches, Sizzle's in a good spot. If he Hidden Power Ices, Sizzle's in a good spot because he'll Life Orb himself into Bullet Punch range. I did calc that in the game. I do switch into Hidden Power Ice, but he crits me. And I'm like, shit, because now I'm sitting at 66%. That means that Ferrothorn, if it comes in here, kills me with Barb's Recoil and Hidden Power Fire. If he hadn't crit me, I would have been out of that range. So now I'm like, oh, my win con is gone. What do I do now? So he is in Bullet Punch range though, so I'm just going to kill him.
Yeah, we'll go for the BP here as well.
He sacks his Gengar. Chemcoop said after the game I should have gone for the big balls playing SD'd on that switch. Predicting the switch. Now I know I have to burn this thing's Choppleberry. So I sent in my Latios because it can take Hidden Power Fire.
This is where you Calm Mind, right?
Yeah, this is where... I don't know why I did this. I clicked Calm Mind here. I still don't know why. I think when it was happening, I was thinking, oh, I want to be healthy enough or have enough bulk to take a Hidden Power Ice after this Ferrothorn hits me. Because if I... But like... The thing is, all I have to do is weaken this enough for Scizor to kill it, and then it beats Blaziken. So the Calm Mind makes no sense. So I stupidly go for that. All I had to do was click Hidden Power Fighting twice, because that would have put him on about 50%. I just go for the Superpower, fishing for a crit. I don't get it. I take barbs, hidden power fires, it kills. So unfortunately for me, yeah,
Close.
I think what I could have done if I had a, yeah, the crit sealed it, but it also threw off my thinking.
Wait, Ken, did you explain why you had HP fighting on Latios? Was it for catching Tyrannotars and Excadrills?
Yeah, it was mostly for those. Like I wanted to have both stabs, dragon and psychic.
Right.
But then that meant like I wanted to run Calm Mind, but that left one attacking slot, and I'm like, well, if it's hidden power fire, then Tyrannotars come in for free and just pursuit me, and then I'm down 2-3, or Heat Trains come in and wall me. Like if I could run Surf to hit both of those, but then Ferrothorns just sit there and do what they want to do.
Fire.
Yeah, so I just wanted a move that hit all of those for some damage, so that then I could revenge kill with Scarf Lando or Scizor or Rotom or something like that. So obviously hidden power fire just probably would have won the game or the series even. So obviously in hindsight I regret that, but when I was team building and testing, hidden power fighting worked. So
I was just wondering.
It's so easy to say.
Like, yeah. But like you had like Breloom, which counters, well not counters, but with Mach Punch and the Excadrills. You also had like priority with Scizor, which can like turn Tyrannotars and bullet punches them with more priority. And then you have another check, which is the Rotom plus Lando. That's like super, like you have like enough checks for Tyranitar right there. So I was wondering why fighting over fire.
That's what chemcoop said as well afterwards. Yeah. Chemcoop was like, obviously because like we just lost and we're out now, so chemcoop was like really critical, like why hidden power fighting? There's like no reason to. I tried to explain it, but like I did pretty much all because of the time zones, I did like all my prep while those guys were asleep and like on my own, so I don't really get a whole lot of feedback. Jamal's version of the team was Trick Specs with Draco, Surf, Hidden Power, Fire, and I just really didn't like that set in practice, so I changed it. Yeah,
I like this one that you used a lot better. I mean, Trick Specs is like good; it hits and deals so much damage, but the sad thing is you're locked into that one move, and it can like be really bad because there's so many things in GVU that can set up. Like, if you lock yourself into Draco, the opponent can just go into Scizor, Swords Dance, and just set up and deal so much damage.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, credit to Megazard, though, bringing that Chople Berry, it really completely swung it in his favor.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, like, I don't want to take any of it. I'm just explaining my side of it. On Megazard's side, like, he prepared perfectly. He said the Ferrothorn was, like... well, obviously he's preparing to play me, so he brought it on purpose because apparently I'd used Ferrothorn a whole bunch of times this season, which is true. So like that's clever to try and win the mirror. And I think Chople Berry is probably its best item in this format.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's just really good team building by him. Really good preparation.
I like both.
Yeah. Oh, well, I just noticed the time. I'm going to be late for work now. So we don't get to go through All-Star. Maybe I'll recap All-Star on Thursday's stream when it's not the podcast. Okay. But yeah, I just realized I actually really have to leave.
No worries.
All right, guys. Well, hey, everyone, thank you for watching and listening to my thoughts on the recap of my team. What did you guys think of the week?
I enjoyed it. I liked it. But like I thought it was going to go into a tie. I was really looking forward to the Plas versus HZ tie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone was sold on a tiebreaker. It was heartbreaking to say in the least. Being an off week for us, it would have been so cool to just sit back, watch some great mons. But
yeah,
unfortunately, it just didn't turn out that way. Grail's team is really, really fucking good.
Yeah, I agree. It's so good. And that's the thing. If it went to tiebreaker, like, hey, my team, I love you guys. We're all amazing. But I think Grail's team has the slight advantage because In a tiebreaker, each team chooses one format, and the third format is Battle Spot Singles Gen 7. So we hadn't really thought about what we'd choose too much. I think we'd probably choose Gen 6 BSS. They'd probably choose Gen 6 doubles, and then we'd have the singles slot. So it would probably end up being chemcoop versus Grail again. That could go either way. I think Edu probably wins his thing. Shout out to Lone Ranger. Went 4-0 in the regular season. You're amazing. But I think Edu wins that game. But I think we take care of Oras singles. So it really just comes down to the Grail chemcoop game. And that's just a toss-up. So that would have been really cool to see a tiebreaker happen.
Yeah, you guys almost made the comeback too.
Yeah.
So close.
Well, anyway, like I said, I really got to go. So I'm going to go just end it right now. Everyone, thanks for watching. Everyone, sound off right now.
I'm up. Pop off.
Yep, 1-2P out. Thanks for having us.
Is Lego still here?
No,
so
Lego
weird.
pieced.
He's like, I'm not going to get a word in. See you later.
Doesn't matter.
All right, dudes, we're actually going to leave now. Goodbye.